to talk a little bit about where the industry is going. How many of you have noticed prices have gone up in the last 5 years? Everybody, how many wish you would have bought a couple more 5 years ago? Yeah. I remember getting into the industry and the houses were selling. I'm from Perth, by the way. My name's Rob. I've been in real estate for the start of my 24th year. I remember getting into real estate and there was an old guy in the office and people were buying houses, like the real junker ones, you know, the ones that are like the roofs half off and that kind of stuff. They were going somewhere between $60,000 and $70,000, and people were like, they'll never get their money back. I don't know what these young people are doing. They'll never get their money back. But anyway, we're in a wonderful business. We have a lot of great opportunities in real estate. You have a wonderful position that you can create whatever life you want. That's one of the things I love about real estate. Who directs your life is totally you and the choices you make, and you can supply everything that your family needs, that you need, through real estate, through the vehicle for real estate. So sit back and relax, and I'm going to invite Chris Janzon to come forward. Are you ready to go, bro? Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah, that mic is here, a little swamp.
Hello. No, we're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
all right.
You can hear us at the back there, guys and girls?
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Just to set the tone today, have a seat, mate. We're just going to have a bit of a conversation.
The fireside chat.
The fireside chat.
Welcome to the fireside.
And we're just going to ask Chris a little bit. So for those who don't know, Chris, how long have you been in real estate? Just give us a little bit of background.
Not as many years as some here, 30. Halfway there just about, at 16 this year.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So you're an active selling agent?
I sure am.
Yeah, beautiful. You also wear a few other hats in the world?
Too many sometimes.
Too many. You're a husband, a father, a fisherman.
Yeah.
You're a licensee for the state. You're also a licensee in a couple of other states. And you happen to be the head of country for eXp Realty in Australia. So welcome to eXp Growcon, or the Growcon 2025. We want to thank our sponsors as well. We've got Lulu Live, we've got Reza, who are in the room with us today. We've got Rex, who will be joining us just to show us a little bit about how to use CRMs and what we can do about that in the future. But we want to start off by just flowing a little bit about what's happening in the industry. The industry is making some shifts. Talk to us a little bit about that. Where are we going as far as technology, I suppose business setups and that kind of stuff? We've got traditional bricks and mortar, we've got cloud-based, there seems to be a lot of, I was in a meeting with REA, some of you know who REA are, realestate.com, and they talked about C brands. So you've got bricks and mortar and you've got C brands, meaning cloud-based businesses. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, today we're diving into exactly that. There's going to be a lot of tech, there's going to be a lot of AI, and I think you hit the nail on the head, Rob. We've come into today with an open mind. Whatever brand, business model, network you come from, right? We're seeing this united approach globally, not just nationally and locally, from a collaborative point of view as to new era solutions that empower every agent to plug in any solution into their business at free will. Agents can be very nimble, very speedy and super efficient with tech, AI, some of the things we're going to be sharing with you guys and girls today. And it's really just providing every industry agent ownership and hybrid options to really power yourself and have choice, whether it be in subscriptions and services and tech and marketing and prospecting initiatives. But a lot of the solutions that are now available are really enabling the industry agent. We're going to talk to you about being the marketing agent that specialises in being a marketer in 2025 and beyond using tech and AI platforms. I think, look, the day-to-day operations of an agent will never go away. Relationships, connections, prospecting, making the calls. But the new age and era of the digital marketing agent is now here, and that's what we're going to be sharing today.
And I think that's fantastic. And for those of you that are like me, that are a little behind the scenes, or a little bit behind the times on AI, today's going to be a great session. Let me just ask you, Chris, with AI, for those that only know a little bit, talk to us a little bit of what it is. I mean, because it could be like a rabbit hole, deep dive kind of scenario.
Well, if you can talk to a human, you can talk to a bot. We're in an era where we'll become essentially what's called prompt engineers. So rather than prompting a PA, a VA, or an EA, or an associate to do things for you, you can just prompt the AI to do exactly the same for you, no differently. I often get it from many industry agents, that have been in the industry 10, 20, 30 years, that the rapid pace of technology and the evolution of it, they feel like they're too far behind. And a lot of agents say to me, Chris, I'm not tech savvy like you are and the new agent that's coming through. But the reality is, does everyone in this room have a phone? We all do. Well, congratulations, you're tech savvy. Because if you're uploading images to a portal, you're ordering signboards and brochures, and maybe you're doing a little bit on social and video content, if you're doing that stuff...
Some of you have moved to DocuSign. Yeah, they moved to DocuSign. No, that's good. And so talk to us a little bit about, as a real estate professional, moving from what historically has been aligning yourself with a particular brand to moving more to being the rock star in your community. Talk to us a little bit about, do you see that as the wave of the future for agents?
Well, you're from the Wild West, and we're over in, West is best last week, as we said, in Perth. And
He was just trying to please the crowd. He knows Adelaide's better.
There's a bit of friction at the moment, but there is real estate royalty here, many faces that are very highly regarded and respected and been doing incredible things over a long period of their career, sustainability-wise. But I guess what we're finding with tech, AI and evolution, there are new generational agents that are in the room right now. What took us 5 years through a traineeship and apprenticeship to build market share, sold results, data and client relationships, these guys and girls through tech are compressing that, and they're finding success in the industry within 6 to 12 months through tech and through AI. Absolutely.
Yeah, and for those of you that are old like me, you'll remember, you took a property to market, and we didn't have the websites back in the day. It's just mind-boggling. How did we do real estate back in the day? Where I grew up doing real estate, they would take one photo of the front of the house. That would have to be developed. That's film. You had to wait for the developer to develop that. They would then post the photo to our office. Then one of the people that could type in the office, they would type on a sticky note or sticky label, an address label, the description of the home and the price and whatnot, and eventually that would make it to the window.
That still happens in our industry, by the way, Rob.
Yeah.
There's people getting their ads written for them to this day.
Yeah, someone here is going, is that not the way we do it? Is that, things have really changed a lot. And so talk to us a little bit about, just from your perspective, if you were an agent getting into the industry now, being able to capitalize with the AI, and you talked about compressing time, the power of leverage that an agent can use, and you're going to show us some of that a little bit later, and I can't wait for that presentation. If you haven't seen it, it's really, really good. But what are some of the key mindsets that an agent needs to take advantage of that?
It all comes down to finding your tribe. That's where it all starts and begins. I came from a bricks and mortar traditional franchise environment, and there's a space and place for everybody depending on what their tribe is. So for me, I love collaboration. I love being really techie and at the forefront of industry evolution and change. So with a cloud-based model that is not just local, national, but global, there's a lot of pull and weight that comes with that, in that some of the tech I'm going to share with you guys today, you've probably never seen it in Australia, right? But it's happening in the US right now because we're always 3, 4, 5 years behind. So having synergies and connections to a global platform help with those efficiencies and speed with what we look for in tech and evolution within our industry. But I think it comes down to, there's a place for the industry agent that needs the office and the bricks and mortar, absolutely, and that tribe of people around them to help them do the daily tasks or the call. So I always encourage it all starts and finish, the right place to call home, whether it be an office, a cloud-based, an independent, a franchise, is when you know you're around your right tribe.
Cool. Just going in a different direction slightly, when I got into real estate, I was just happy someone gave me a job. You know, like I came to Australia, I knew no one, and I got a job doing real estate. And just for interest, do we have anybody that's from either you or your parents were migrants to Australia? Just raise your hands high so I can see. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a little less here in Adelaide than it was in Perth, but yeah, it's still about 50% either you or your immediate family came to Australia. And real estate's one of those things that we love to gravitate towards as immigrants because we've been through that experience maybe. We know what it's like. We know how the value of having a place to put down roots. But thinking about that and thinking about what do you see some of the differences about being in that brick and mortar kind of scenario or being able to leverage the power of being in the cloud, but also the way that the money flows are different? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I think it all comes down to, my former office environment. As a principal, you would control what plugins the agent can and can't have, ultimately, right? Whereas some of the plugins and apps we're going to share with you guys today, you can plug in at free will. So it's opening up the Pandora box for the agent to absolutely brand themselves more so than the office or any brand, essentially, by plugging in any tech or AI solution that we're going to share today in your business at free will. Not only that, I guess, we're a local business here in Adelaide, South Australia, you're in WA, but again, there's some independent brands that have huge market share and pull on a state-based level. But again, speed and efficiencies with technology is evolving almost at a monthly rate at the moment. AI is here. If you haven't embraced it, there's still time, but you have to embrace it this year most certainly. And again, it's just to help you with efficiencies in the tasks that bog us down as industry agents on a daily basis. But it's opening up our industry to being not just the local shop front with these platforms. We can now collaborate on a national and global scale, as I said, with this tech.
Yeah, and I think it's really, this is why, I suppose I was in real estate for at least 10 years before I even thought about the business model I was in. I just came to work, sat at my desk, went and did my job, did my appraisals. And in case you guys are wondering how powerful a person I was when I started in real estate, I hold a record in Western Australia, I think. They don't give awards for this, but I did 50 appraisals in a row, pretty exciting stuff, with zero conversion.
Well, there's opportunity.
And what I learned through that soul-destroying experience was that I wasn't very good, and I should actually examine my options and think, I need to learn stuff. And then that sent me on a different course to have more open mind, not think I knew everything, and then it was great. It all progressed from there. Just before we move on to our next session, what is it that you're hoping to be able to share with people today? What are you hoping for them to be able to walk away with and take from today's session?
Well, look, I'm a bit old-fashioned. My dad raised me to watch and learn, son, and then never asked me how to do this ever again. So today I'm going to take you all through a bit of a show and tell, and from there there'll be some freebies and giveaways, but all that I ask is what I'm going to give you today, take notes of these applications that I'm using in my own business. As Rob said, I'm still selling between 50 and 60 homes annually a year, so the stuff I'm going to share with you is what's helping me power my business along. A lot of the members that are here within our network and our tribe, we all collaborate on this stuff, so they're going to see some of that stuff again. But there's a little bit of a new thing I'm going to share today, but I think just be open-minded to embracing one or two things from today is really, there's going to be a wealth of information, there's going to be a wealth of tech, AI and growth stuff, but just take one or two things that resonate with you that you think, if I implement that in my business in the next 90 days, it's going to make me be more efficient and become that digital marketing agent in 2025 that will help me be seen more in my core area, postcode farm area, just to help with sustainability, lifestyle balance, and market share and results, essentially more listings, lead generation.
Let's make some money.
That's what we're here for.
Anyone else want to make some money this year? Yeah. There's only 3 hands. Wow. Okay. Everybody's like, nah. Impress us more. Yeah. No, that's very good. Guys, just to give you a flavor of it, how many of you are using social media where you are in front of the camera a lot in your farm area? All right, cool. We've got about 5 or 6 hands going up there. What I want to do for you now is, does everybody have a phone? Did you bring your phone? I know at a lot of conferences they tell you, turn your phones on silent, do this, do that. I want you to get your phone out And we're going to do a little bit of a demonstration here, or a challenge for you between now and the top of the hour. What I'd love you to do is, I want to give you a concept. How many of you are actually door knocking still? Not that there's anything wrong with it. Okay, so you've all finished that part of your career. Okay, interesting. And would it be, a lot of it is you don't want to bother people? How many has that as a I don't like it when people door knock me, I don't want anyone door knocking me? Yep, cool, got a few of those hands up, perfect. How many of you're not sure what you'd say if you knocked on the door and someone freaked you out by answering it? You know, I don't know how many doors I've knocked on in my career where you just, please don't open, please don't answer, please don't open. And then you can hear them scurrying in the house to come to the door, you know, and then that all it's terrible. I'm looking at Chris here. You spent a lot of time door knocking, right? Not anymore. He's finished. What I'm going to give you is just a concept, just a freebie takeaway for you, is what if you had a flyer or something that went into someone's letterbox? Anybody still letterboxing? Do you have letterboxes still in Adelaide? Perfect, beautiful. What if you had a digital door knock with a video of you that someone could scan with their phone when they received your bit of information? So what I would love you to do is grab your phone. We're going to do a test run here. It's obviously not the right environment, but grab your phone. I'd like you to create a 30-second recording of yourself. And remember, if you don't like the way you look on camera, feel sorry for the rest of us. We got to see it in real life. You know, like, so let's not take ourselves too serious. Pull your phone out, and you want to record a video that says something to the effect of, hey, it's Rob Davis with so-and-so real estate, just in your neighborhood today, and I'm knocking on a few doors. I didn't want to bother you, but I wanted to let you know that if you're ever in need of a real estate professional, I want to interview for the job. Something to that effect. Add your own flavor and touch. Go ahead and try and record that video now, and I'm going to tell you what to do with it when you're done with the video. All right? Go for it. How many of you were so impressed with the way you look on video? Yeah. Some of you were just amazed. All right, so once you have a video that you are happy with, I'd love for you, these are the steps, you don't have to do this right now, but this is the next steps, all right? You plug that into YouTube. How many of you have a YouTube channel? Right? Great. We've got about 20%, 30% in the audience. Beautiful. You will hear more about that today. I'm sure by the end of the day, you will have a YouTube channel, or you will be on your way to getting one. So you take the video that you just did, maybe not that one, but one like it, and you load that to your YouTube channel. That will automatically create a URL to that video. You take that URL, you go into Canva, or into another QR code generator. You put that URL link in there. It will generate a QR code. Remember all the things we had to scan through all of the wonderful things that happened during the pandemic? You will get a QR code that will link directly to that video. You just take the image of that, you add it to your DL card, or your letterbox drop, or your whatever however you're gonna get the information out, and you use that. Make sure you draw people's attention to it on the DL card. Scan here for a special message for, XYZ suburb homeowners, whatever. And they will start to build a relationship with you, which is the whole purpose of door knocking, without you being scared, without you being attacked by a dog, or whatever else happens when people are out door knocking. But it's a gateway. Then if you have a lot of other materials on your YouTube channel, it will give them to your channel and it will help them start engaging there. So hopefully that was a little bit of a tip. How many of you are currently doing that? One. Perfect. Awesome.
What an opportunity.
What?
I said I am now.
I am now, yeah. And fantastic. So
I just want to add one thing. How many of us in this room, I know who's going to put their hand up to this question, but how many outside of our network is using a digital business card right now in your business? Cool. What are you using, out of curiosity? Digital business card?
Yeah.
Bibby? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. How many of you are still using cardboard, paper-based, printable business cards? Cool. So, who loves a freebie? We all do. As agents, no, we love stuff that's free, right? For those that don't have a digital business card, I'll give you this link. Please take it down now and I'll share you mine, because this is where you can connect people with the power of what you're doing digitally and socially, whether it be a door knock, digital, a video, rather than leaving a business card, to actually reconnect you on many different channels, whether it be YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, of the likes. So the card that we use that works incredibly well, and Renee, I've got to remember my login now because I'm on your laptop now, so this is really pressure, is blink.me. And actually what I'll do is I'll DM it to myself here. Give me a sec, guys. Who would have thought of being multitask, right?
If anyone...
Where's my wife when I need it? Rest. So this is my digital business card, guys. So this is what you can use as a QR code at open inspections, DL drops, SMS campaigns. You get your own unique digital link, obviously. But you can see here, rather than giving a physical card that just gives a mobile number, an email address at best, this can connect people to you in many ways. You can have people book in directly with you. So if you're doing a price drive appraisal, it's sensational to drop in this Calendly link. So rather than someone pick up the phone and say, Benny, I want a price update, when can you come out? Well, drop it in their letterbox drop, they can scan a code, boom, they can book with you directly. I mean, who books hairdressing and orders Amazon and Uber Eats online these days? We all do, right? We don't go to the shops, we don't ring up to make appointments, we book via the phone and the app, right? So you can connect people this way, our consumers no differently, to digitally book in with you. But you can see here, you can link in your own website as well. You can link in landing pages and forms, whether it be, you know, what's my home worth. There's a vast array of things that you can link in, and it's limitless. You can link them to your socials as well. I'm not logged in on Renee's laptop, and you can see it links. So again, this is just a means of people not just having your mobile email address, but connecting with you on all digital social platforms via a digital business card. So blink.me, it's free.
The cost is great. We love the cost.
There's a delay with the mics.
There is a delay. I don't know. I'm going to turn it on, off. There we go. Even better. So, how many of you guys do have a Blink card attached to your phone? Got a few. Would you guys just mind pulling yours out and kind of walking around and just showing people what they actually look like, how they function? So I think there's someone at almost every table. So if you don't have one, yeah.
And it's super cool, the app, you know, when somebody says to us, can I have your business card, Bjorn? And you go, sure mate, here's my business card. There's no guarantee that Bjorn's going to call me, is there? And I don't have his information, so I could have missed an opportunity. Whereas here, when a client says to me, hey Chris, can I grab your business card? I can jump in the app and I can say, sure Bjorn, let me just grab your details and I'm going to text you my digital business card right now. Now what will happen, Bjorn will give me his name, he gives me his mobile number, we're in the data business, and it captures that in Blink for me. So now I'm not relying on Bjorn hopefully calling me, I've got his information, I've got his data. $0, today only. No, it's free.
Marco was just showing me that he's got a Zap set up to his Blink where someone can ask and inquire about the price of their home through their connection on Blink, and the chat through Zapier, it will chat backward and forward with the client. So getting that instant communication.
So once they finish the conversation, I'll ask for the details, and then it'll send you an email saying that someone having a conversation with the chat box.
Yeah, perfect. Wouldn't it be great if you knew that people are actively engaging with you and your content while you're golfing, while you're doing whatever? People are like, I don't have time for golf, I'm busy.
Dave does too much. Sandra would say too much.
Golf is just it's a meditation. Golf is a meditation, and you want your people to be out there meditating. So very, very good.
There's a website up there too, Rob, with the URL for those that want to download the app. You can jump into your Play Store or your Apple Store, whatever you call it for you Apple freaks. Just type in BLINQ. You can download the app for free.
Offer management, and then we're also